Alright guys, so I wanted to make this video real quick, and everybody's been talking about it, and man, it's not looking good. And is this an inside job? Now I have my own opinion, right, based on what I see. Every action that the CEO has made so far for this company has not been, in my opinion, right, for the best interest of the shareholders, right? It may be good for the company itself. It might acquiring assets and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's loading on a lot of debt as well. So to me, that is just too much in this environment, right? You cannot just loading up debt and then selling off asset, right? So it's just so very odd to me, that he picked this firm to sell it to, and to sell it behind closed door at that, right? Of all of the firm out there, why this particular one? You see what I mean? Like there's thousands of them, right? Does he not have any other connection, within the investment world to to uh, to sell it to other people? How about retail? Like I've been saying, what? How about retail, right? So here's why I get so angry with this, because I see how it is being spun that he is the greatest CEO ever, right? To me, if he's not aware of what this particular fund has been doing to APE, then then turn around having a relationship with them behind closed door, then he's the most ignorant CEO ever, right? At least do some research on the funds that you're about to sell a huge chunk of your company to, right? And if you're about all, of course, like, in the previous year, he keeps saying short selling or Wall Street doing this dirty dance and uh, dirty trick about, AMC has no liquidity, then why are you not aware of this, right? And what I mean by that here's what I'm trying to say here. So if you look at this sell and buy order, right? Nothing ordinary, like, right? Now, what I've noticed right away is that there's no buy orders yet, right? Now, I have not looked into when was the buy order being placed. So that's going to be the next video if I could find anything from that. But let's just assume that they bought it, way before that, right? So let's just assume that they bought really low. I don't know when. Well, let's just look here. Alright guys, sorry about that. So what did I say the high was? Okay, back in November 2nd, if you look at the high that day was 192 high, and then low was 168. Okay, and that was like towards the end of the day. So with that, I mean, you could assume that they bought the day before, November 1st. Okay, the 1st of November. Go look at it yourself. The high was $2.12. Okay, that was high. The low was $1.85. Okay, so if they bought the day before, it would have been higher than what they sold for. Okay, now I'm just making an assumption that they bought a day before November. Okay, Now they could have bought at earlier months in October where it was a lot lower, right? So back in October, the lowest it went was 135. Okay, so if you make, I mean, you could say that they were the best trader ever, was able to find the bottom then, right? So they bought and then they sold for a profit, right? You could make that argument, right? Nothing to see, nothing to hear here, right? Now, assuming that they sell this at a profit, right? They just sell. What did they do? They buy, right? And when they drop it on you, they drop like millions of shares here. Millions of shares, okay? And then they bought 3 million. They drop it at a lower price, half of that, and then more and more and more and more. They bought back. Okay, they sell it a little bit at a profit. But guess what? They bought back here. They bought here. They bought here. And then they sell. Start to sell again, right? Bought here. Sell a whole bunch of share at a lower price than what they bought it for. Remember, they bought at 16. Now they sold at 13. And more, much more shares being sold, right? So what is this? What am I trying to tell you? It's a short ladder attack, right? No? I mean, am I the only person that think that? Well, it appears that way, right? So did Antara do this behind Adam Aaron's back? Or did Adam Aaron know this ahead of time? Right? You have to answer that question or start to ask that question because this is your investment here. Okay? So if Adam doesn't know, like I said before, he's the most ignorant, dumbest CEO out there that then turn around and sell it to them. Look at the day in which they stop. Okay? Right here. So they sold at that price around 80 cents. Okay. And then a couple of weeks later, what happened? We knew that they, the filing from AMC, well, the Silverback himself tweeted out that he sold around this much shares. At what price? 66 cents. So, did they do all this beforehand because they know they could get the share at a cheaper price from Adam Aaron? I don't know. I know what I think. What do you think?